Hello everyone and welcome to a new video in our coding series. In today's video I'm going to be talking about tips and tricks to help you start in Java and to help you start specifically in IntelliJ IDEA. So my very first tip that I want to discuss with you guys today is you have to first of all download Java, whichever version it is, Java Development Kit JDK, and the Java runtime environment, the Java SER runtime environment RE, and then download IntelliJ IDEA. So the reason that you should download them first before you download the IntelliJ IDEA is that the IntelliJ IDEA configures your versions of the JDK and the Java runtime environment. So you need them to run your programs that you're going to be building on IntelliJ IDEA. So it is advised and it actually helps run your IntelliJ IDEA faster if you download these three first and then download IntelliJ IDEA. So that's my very first tip. My second tip is understanding your Java programs. And what I mean by that, let's go in here and understand it. You're going to have something called the source, which is src. You're going to have something called the out and the .idea. The most important things that you, in the beginning, that you would start working with is the source. Now, let's actually understand what is the source. Now, the source basically is a Java source file, which means it's a .java file. So if you want to send anyone, regardless of their operating system, your Java files, you're going to send a .java file and not a .class. Let me explain what's the .class. The .class is basically compiled by something called the Java virtual machine, which is basically downloaded when you download the Java development kit. It basically makes your Java source into a java.class. A java.class is a byte code, which basically this byte code depends on your operating system. So if you're using Windows, your class is going to be different from someone using a Mac operating system. So you have to understand this difference when you're sending your files to someone. This would actually help you. Now, these files that I have shown you are actually shown in your IntelliJ IDEA, just so you would not be confused. They are right here. They are right here, the source and the out. So if you want to send someone your Java, you send them from the src and not from the out, which is, as you're gonna see now, they're written as a .class because the .class are configured for your operating system. So keep that completely in your mind. Okay, so let's suppose, let me quickly run, as you've seen, I've run this code that you're seeing on the screen, and I suppose that I want to do a new Java class. Okay, so you're looking, and this is completely, I'm on the new tab, and all you're seeing is project and modules and just a scratch file, and you don't understand why are you not able to add a new Java class. So let me explain. If your cursor is on the output, if it's on this panel in where you have your project panel, and it's not anywhere here in the coding panel, then you're not going to be seeing a Java class. But because I had my cursor here, as you've seen, I had a Java class where I could just add a new Java class. So remember this, if you want your if you want to add a new Java class, your cursor should be in the coding area and not anywhere else in your IntelliJ IDEA tab. Not your output tab, not your project tab. Okay, so let's have another tip that is really important and that I've wanted to explain it because I did not really understand in the beginning about the files and the projects. So simply, let's suppose you want to do a new project. You decided that I've added the Java classes that I want and I want to add a new project. So the new project, you just go File, New Project. Okay, this is your Java version. Okay, and these are the additional libraries. If you want, you just go next. You add a create project from template because you would have a command line app. You don't have to keep repeating it, so that makes it a little bit helpful. Okay, let's suppose I want to write to have a new project. So let's suppose I have a file, okay, or I want to make a new file in my directory, which is called F. I want to make a new file. So let's call the file coding, okay? And let's say I want to name my project name as code program, okay? Code program, okay. So now you'd expect in your directory that you would have basically a file called coding, and your project name is going to be code prg program. Okay, that's actually not the case, and I would explain why. So finish, and it will be created. Okay, you can either create it directly from your IntelliJ or from your directory, it does not matter. Okay, now we'll open it in a new window, and you're gonna see what's happening. Your project name was supposed to be a code PRG, however it's coding. Let's actually check our directory and see what's actually going on. This is my coding file, but there's nothing called a code PRG, which is very important for you to understand that when you're actually doing a new project, so if you decided to make a new file, your project name is not going to exist. What's going to exist is the file that you named. Remember, we did it as coding. So that's what's going to exist. However, if you simply have, as you're seeing, different labs and you just want to combine them, you'll simply move these files into a bigger file. But in reality, you can do the same while you're doing a new project, because now code PRG does not exist. However, what exists is coding. So this is just something very important, because it stunned me in the beginning. I'm like, my project name is code PRG, but I can't find it. I'm only finding the file name that I decided I wanted to be in my directory, which is coding. So this is just something to highlight, that when you're going to put your project into a file, it's gonna use that file as a project name, and it's not gonna make it as if your project is in the file. It's just gonna make it look like this, a coding, and then directly you have your source. There's still no out because it's still new, like a new project, and the .idea and the .iml, you're not gonna find it as if it's a project inside a file. Like you did not see the file called coding and then another tab where it's a code PRG. No, so you have to actually be aware of this, because it's important. I hope these tips and tricks have helped you in understanding Java and starting your work with IntelliJ IDEA. Please comment and subscribe and like and share our newest videos, and hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you.